But this week's Raw, as announced the last Thursday on social media, was kicked off by the returning Roman Reigns, who had announced that he was indeed back because his leukemia was in remission, which is amazing news. You had to know it would have been positive news based off the fact that they were not flying him in to say that, oh, I'm still sick, or my condition's gotten worse, only to fly him right out to Good Morning America the very next morning. So everyone kind of knew it would be positive news, but that did not take away from this moment in the slightest. This was amazing news, very well received by the crowd in attendance who treated Roman Reigns like a fucking superhero here. Easily the most, positive reaction this guy has ever gotten. And for those saying like, oh, the fans are hypocrites for only cheering him for him because he has cancer, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. I really don't know what to say. Yeah, Roman Reigns would likely still be booed to this day if he didn't go down with cancer about 4 or 5 months ago. But I don't want to say it was the best thing to happen to him because clearly I don't want anyone to get cancer. But that could be the blessing in disguise in this whole thing, that it could lead to Roman Reigns getting a better reaction and being better received. Now, how long this will stick for, I don't know. If fans will go back to booing Roman within a month or two, that remains to be seen. This could have been a one-night thing. But WWE has something very special here. This is like the reset button with Roman Reigns. It really is. If his booking goes back to being shit, and they go back to shoving him down our throats and nothing changes about Roman Reigns whatsoever, then yes, he will go back to being booed before long. But if they see this as a turning point, they treat this like a turning point, and they make Roman the character that he should have been years ago. They don't shove him down our throats. He's not involved in every WrestleMania main event, beating this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, facing Brock Lesnar every fucking 2 months. Then yes, this could be a real turning point for the Roman Reigns character. And obviously it's less about the character right now and more about the fact that the guy is healthy and happy. That's what's most important, of course, above all else. But it should be noted that going forward, they have a real opportunity to make Roman Reigns the beloved hero that he should have been from day one. But it wasn't his fault. It was the fucking company's fault. It's like Paige saying, oh, it wasn't the company's fault. It was the fans' fault for the women's evolution starting as late as it did. What a dumb thing to say. I don't think anyone can argue that it was Roman's fault that the guy was booed a few years ago. It was entirely the company's fault. Regardless of what your feelings are towards Reigns, you got to agree the company's booking of him was what really fucked him over. But like I said, this could be a turning point. This could be the moment in time where people realize, hey, this guy's pretty good. And yeah, maybe they weren't saying that before, but maybe his booking change, maybe the booking of the Roman Reigns character changes moving forward. And that's really all that matters. If he comes across as more genuine, no more hokey shit, no more winning every fucking match he's a part of, no more, giving his opportunities or taking other people's opportunities. Again, not his fault. But like when you push Roman Reigns as the Universal Champion coming out of SummerSlam over two guys who were more over than he was in Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins at the time, that was a mistake. Not Roman's fault, the company's fault. But hopefully they can learn from those mistakes and realize that they should not be putting all their eggs in one basket. Because when that type of shit happens and Roman Reigns goes down with cancer, who else is there for them to rely on? Nobody. Raw has sucked, and granted, Raw sucked anyway, even before Roman Reigns got sick, so yeah, I missed Roman Reigns on WWE TV, but for those saying like, oh, Roman Reigns being gone made Raw awful, dude, Raw already sucked anyway. Go watch any Raw from like September, October, August, before the guy got sick. The show was really not that good anyway. Yeah, it was worse without him around, but it wasn't great with him, so that's not really all of his doing, but it's great to have him back nonetheless. And hopefully Raw can be on the ascent from here on out. But yeah, with Roman Reigns, they have a real opportunity to make this guy what he should have been all along. So that's what I'm looking forward to here. That's what I'm expecting. Maybe not expecting. That's what I'm hoping for. You can't really expect anything with this company because they'll just turn around and disappoint you. But the hope is that Roman Reigns can maintain this momentum, maintain this fanfare, and be the babyface that he should have been from day one. But the company had to go ahead and fuck it up by giving other people's opportunities to him, like Daniel Bryan, like Seth Rollins, like this guy, like that guy, like John Cena all over again. But John Cena never had cancer. John Cena never went away for any point in time for more than a few months. Yes, he, broke his fucking neck for a few weeks, and then he came back ahead of schedule, and so did Roman Reigns. But Cena was booed when he came back. Roman was not booed on Monday's Raw. But then again, Cena was injured. Roman Reigns was sick with cancer. I'm not saying, hey, if you want to get John Cena to cheer, the guy should get cancer. Nobody should have cancer. It should never have to come down to that. If anything, it's actually pretty sad that it took cancer to get people to cheer Roman Reigns. I'm not saying they shouldn't be cheering Roman Reigns. They absolutely should be. But that's sad for the company's sake, that it took so fucking long for them to get Roman Reigns over. That it took a fucking illness for him to get accepted and endeared by almost all of the fan base. It shouldn't have to come to that. None of this should have ever happened. Obviously, no one gave him cancer on purpose to get him over. That's fucking ridiculous. And anyone insinuating that is an idiot and should stay away from society at all costs, because you're a moron if you think that. But going back to my original point with Roman Reigns, they should not be putting all their eggs in one basket. Because when the guy goes down, whether it be with an injury or with an illness or whatever, they need to know that they can rely on other people on both brands to carry this company. WWE has never, or it has been at certain points, but it should never be about just one person. It should be about a group of people. You can build around a core group of people, not just one. Because when that one person goes down and you're, shit out of luck and creating new stars because you buried everyone else, you're fucked. And then we're left with issues like with what we had back in October, November, December, when almost nobody was over, except for a select few, and the shows were terrible as a result. So, again, moving forward, they should learn from that. Build around Roman, that's fine. I'm not saying de-push Roman or anything like that. Make him a mid-card guy. No, the guy's a main event player. Build around Roman, but also build around, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan. The Braun Strowman ship, that may have sailed, but hopefully they can learn from that as well. And hopefully now that Roman's back, this does not mean that Rollins is losing at WrestleMania. They're going to keep the belt on Brock just to have Roman beat Brock for it again. That would be the absolute dumbest thing they could possibly do, is to have Roman and Brock part fucking 10 and have Roman beat Brock for the belt. That is how you fuck up Roman Reigns' return. That is how you fuck up the fanfare he's getting right now. That is how you accomplish that. So if they want to go out of the way to mess up Roman Reigns before he's even really back in full form, before he's even back at 100%, before he's back in the full swing of things, that's how you do it. I would hope that's not the case, though. I would hope they put the belt on Rollins, they build around Rollins as the face of Raw. They could even move Reigns to SmackDown. I don't see that happening, but quite honestly, I could see Roman going to SmackDown and AJ going to Raw. I could very well see that being the case, and quite honestly, I want to see that happen. I want to see AJ and Rollins coexist on Raw, and Roman can have SmackDown all to himself. Fresh opportunities, fresh batch of people to work with. It could be Shinsuke Nakamura. We could have Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. That would be a lot of fun. A heel Daniel Bryan and a babyface Roman Reigns would be a lot of fun. You could do that. Dean Ambrose is gone, whatever. But Roman and Dean, if they want to do that before Dean leaves. But yeah, Roman and Nakamura could be really cool. Roman and Daniel Bryan. Roman and The Miz. They've done that before a few times, but it's an idea. Roman and Aleister Black, Roman and Ricochet, if they end up on SmackDown coming out of WrestleMania. Excuse me. There's a few different things they could do with Roman on SmackDown compared to, his time on Raw where he's beaten and faced everybody. Rollins, we've seen Roman and Rollins a million times, so I don't really want to see that again. Roman and Brock, get him the fuck away from Brock Lesnar, please. Him and Kevin Owens, Kevin's on SmackDown now. I don't really need to see Roman and Kevin again, but that's an idea too. But honestly, I'm calling it now. Roman, SmackDown, AJ Raw. Superstar Shakeup 2019. That's my big prediction for this year.